Asante, Nagode, Medase. Thank you.
Again, a round of applause for our General Secretary, who we refer to as the Chief Secretary. We'll continue the program, and I want to let you know that Harakati Muungano is currently present in 17 African countries. 17 African countries. We have them in the West Africa, Central Africa, and South. So we would like to introduce them. So when I call the member country, I will respectfully ask you to get up and wave at all of us. Respectfully, get up and wave at us. Thank you very much. So I will start with the first one on my list as a member country, Republic of Benin. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming. We go to Burkina Faso. So all of them are here with their country presidents. We go to the Republic of Cameroon. Thank you so much for coming here. And then we go to Central African Republic. So once you see the flags, you know where our brothers and sisters are coming from. Then we go to the number 5, Congo Brazzaville. Thank you so much. Thank you for coming. Good, 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 good. I will move to the Republic of Gabon. Good, good, good. Thank you. Thank you very much for coming. And then we go to the host country, who is the Republic of Ghana. Good. Next is Guinea. We normally refer to that as Guinea Conakry. Good. And then we move to the first African country that got its independence, the Republic of Liberia. We move to the country of the late Modibo Keita, Mali. The next on the list is the Republic of Niger. Thank you so much for coming. Then we move to our big brothers, the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Good. The next is the Republic of Senegal. We move to the 16th country, which is the Republic of Sierra Leone. And then, for now, the last but not least, the Republic of Togo. Thank you so much, all member countries, for coming to attend our third International Annual Conference. So all these member countries are working hard to establish, give a solid foundation to the movement, Harakati za Muungano. So thank you so much. Thank you very much for coming. And we'll continue the program by listening to the visionary, the one who birthed this whole idea of African integration and everything therein, to come and address the member countries and the distinguished personalities who are here with us. So I'll respectfully call on Mr. Kwame Dankwa to give us his address. A round of applause for him. And a standing ovation for him, please. A standing ovation for him, please. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you, MC, for your warm introduction. Harakati. The Honorable Representative of the Ministry of Agribusiness, Trade and Industry, Mr. Ibukwesen, the General Secretary of Harakati za Muungano, executives of Harakati za Muungano here in present, distinguished personalities, ladies and gentlemen. Today's gathering of Africans is to re-energize and give practical direction to our resolve to reform, integrate, and develop sub-Saharan Africa. Harakati za Muungano, a Swahili word for union movement, is an organization of patriotic sub-Saharan Africans all over the world who have committed to work on all fronts to unite, integrate, and develop the present and succeeding generations of sub-Saharan Africans. And we intend to do this through reforms, integration, collapsing of fiscal colonial borders, elimination of trade barriers. The discussion for this conference is focused on working to institute a reformed, integrated, and united sub-Saharan Africa, where its people thrive in a seamless political and economic landscape, transcending physical colonial boundaries and barriers that have historically divided African people. This is a pragmatic pathway toward amplifying our strength and shielding ourselves from the vulnerabilities of global economic fluctuations and geopolitical disruptions as experienced today. The World Bank report of 2023 gave Africa a combined GDP of approximately $3 trillion USD out of a total of 105 trillion recorded for the global economy. And that's registered Africa's share of global trade at a paltry 3%. According to the African Union, Intra-African trade stands at around 15%, compared to approximately 60% intra-regional trade for Europe and around 40% for Asia. Due to the fact that Africa does the bulk of its trade with the outside world, and exports are heavily concentrated on primary commodities, the continent continues to be vulnerable to external microeconomic shocks and protectionist trade policies. Past global economic and financial crises, which were not of Africa's making, did severely impact on the continent's economic performance and fortunes negatively because of Africa's fragmentation, weak structures of industrialization, and low levels of internal trade. But Africa has a young population that continues to grow strongly as a result of high fertility rates and declining mortality rates. Africa's population is projected to reach 2.5 billion by 2050, according to the United Nations, accounting for 25% of the world's population. Most of this growth will be recorded in sub-Saharan Africa, with over 60% of the total population below 30 years of age. This means increased socioeconomic pressures on issues like urbanization, access to good health, access to quality education. With high population growth, sub-Saharan Africa can easily slip into a demographic trap that leaves African countries in a declining spiral of instability, conflict, poverty, and underdevelopment. On the other hand, Africa can reap a demographic dividend by building a large-scale labor force and a huge consumer market to propel Africa's industrialization, increase job creation, and promote sustainable growth. To reap the demographic dividend, African countries must undertake structural and systemic reforms to correct the teething flaws in Africa's system. Africa has the largest youth population in the world and therefore needs heavy investment in education to increase creativity, productivity, technological breakthroughs, and development. African capital human resource, coupled with infrastructure and technological investment, and thus expedite Africa's industrialization and provide decent jobs, livelihoods, and income. The current demographic bulge and underdevelopment on the continent that sets up African youth for constant harassment and maltreatment as illegal immigrants in Europe, America, Asia, the Middle East, and recently in South Africa is a clear present and future danger that must be addressed with all the seriousness it deserves. It is time to fix African economies through integration and reforms. In Africa today, strong and powerful entrepreneurs like Aliko Dangote and others have to deal with over 35 visas and over 38 currencies, several communication networks, different tariff regimes, and several non-tariff barriers, with the associated challenges to pull off successful businesses on the continent. This negatively impacts business, industry, and employment. Whereas in the European Union, United States, China, Russia, India, Brazil, and other large regions, entrepreneurs have to deal with a single visa regime, single currency, an integrated communication network, a common tariff, and harmonized policies that tend to facilitate business, grow their economies, and increase employment. African countries must work to collapse physical colonial borders and eliminate trade barriers. Sub-regional groups, such as the Economic Community of West African States, the Economic Community of Central African States, and other sub-regional organizations, must begin to pragmatically eliminate trade barriers, effect policy reforms, and establish an integrated region to expedite sustained African economic growth. African people deserve integration that goes beyond a free trade area as promoted by the African Continental Free Trade Area. By allowing free movement of goods, services, capital, and people across borders, we can significantly boost intra-African trade. We therefore call on ECOWAS and the member countries to make concessions to the Alliance of Sahelian States to facilitate the prompt readmission of AES into the ECOWAS fold. We, the African people, want ECOWAS to engage and resolve the disturbing ECOWAS and AES schism that is disrupting the sub-region and proceed to readmit all AES member countries back into the ECOWAS fold instead of allowing further fragmentation of the sub-region. We also call on the sub-regional body to institute a harmonized foreign policy and coordinated defense policy amongst others in the sub-region to guarantee security and stability in the sub-region. A secure and stable sub-region is a prerequisite for economic development and sustained growth. Sub-Saharan Africa must scale its market through the elimination of trade barriers to build African giants that can remain competitive on the global stage. We, the African people, call for the institutionalization and interdependence of our social security sector to guarantee social welfare and social insurance for the African people. We urge African countries to integrate the scope of member countries' social protection and institute integrated and scaled social protection schemes, such as a pentafund that can encompass a mortgage finance scheme, a medical care insurance scheme, an education trust fund scheme, a social savings and investment scheme, and a provident security and pension scheme that will promote social protection and secure capital formations for African people and African industry. This will create a large, sustainable pool of resources to provide social protection, social security, patient capital, and long-term investment funds for African people, African industry, and African governments. A larger market will attract investment, both foreign and local, employing the factors of economies of scale that leads to expanded production, job creation, and economic diversification. Small and medium-sized enterprises, the backbone of many African economies, will gain access to a broader market, thereby fostering innovation, enhancing competitiveness, and increasing employment. In an integrated market, the diversification of African economies can be accelerated. This then shifts the focus of African countries from dependence on a limited number of commodities for export to one of a more robust, diversified economies, emphasizing manufacturing, services, and industrialization that can better withstand global economic shocks and remain competitive on the international market. Let us leave this conference motivated to spread a message to build an integrated sub-region that posterity will inherit as a land of prosperity, security, and peaceful, sustained development. Thank you.
I Another standing ovation for our president, please. A round of applause for him. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You may resume your seat. The program continues. We are honored to have in our midst a representative from the Ministry of Trade, Agribusiness, and Industry, in the person of Mr. Ebo Kwesin. He will come here and give us his address. A round of applause for him.
You're welcome. Thank you very much, sir. Good morning. Before I proceed, I would like to inform all of you that the original invitation was extended to the Honorable Samson Ahi, MP, and Deputy Minister for Trade, Agribusiness and Industry, but previously scheduled arrangements did not allow him to be here, so he's asked me to represent him and to bring his very best wishes to you all. So he apologizes and wishes to assure you of his full support for this program. Thank you. Your Excellency, Ambassador of Burkina Faso to Ghana, distinguished members of the Diplomatic Corps, the President of Harakati Muungano, Mr. Dankwa, distinguished Pan-Africanists, delegates from our sister countries, representatives of academia, representatives of labor and civil society, our very brilliant students, the very architects of Africa's tomorrow, distinguished members of the press, fellow Africans, a very good morning to all of you. It is with boundless pride that I join you today at this historic 2020 me, on behalf of the Honorable Deputy Minister, express deepest gratitude to President Kwame Dankwa and his team for this gracious invitation and for the tireless dedication to the noble cause of African unity. Mr. President, your vision of the total integration of our continent, the elimination of artificial borders, and the dismantling of every barrier that has held our people back is not merely an aspiration, it is. On behalf of His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Ghana, President John Dramani Mahama, and his government, we warmly welcome all of you to this great nation of ours. We extend to each of you a most heartfelt welcome. Ghana is proud and honored to host this international conference, and we trust that your time here will be as productive as it is memorable. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, today we gather under the powerful theme, economic restructuring, political reforms, and integration for sustainable development in Africa. This is not just a conference title, it is actually a battle cry. It is a declaration that the era of fragmentation is over. The time for Africa to rise, unite as a sovereign is now. Your convening here in Accra, the historic city of our very own Osajifo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, is in itself a fitting reminder that the cause of African unity and shared prosperity did not end with a declaration. It still lives with us and in the policy decisions that will shape the economic destiny of our dear continent. Thank you. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, Africa is not poor. Africa is rich, endowed with minerals, arable land, youthful energy, brilliant minds, and an indomitable spirit. Yet for too long, we have allowed artificial divisions, outdated policies, and imposed barriers to keep our wealth trapped within national silos while our people yearn for opportunity. There is a quiet tragedy in our continent's story that a trader in Accra can send a container to Rotterdam faster, cheaper, and with less paperwork than to Lome, Lagos, or Nairobi. That Africa needs to trade more with every other continent. Unfortunately, we trade more with every other continent than itself. The best held our continent's total merchandise trade stood at around 1.5 trillion US dollars, whilst intra-African trade recorded 213 billion US dollars, marking a 5.5 increase over the 2024 figure, which stood at 202 billion USD. Though this growth is encouraging and reflects the early impact of the African Continental Free Trade Area, it represents only about 15% of Africa's trade. Compare that to Europe and Asia, where intra-regional trade accounts for well over 60% and 40%, and the scale of our missed opportunity becomes clear to all of us. Ladies and gentlemen, at this moment, let us be precise about what has held our trade back. Tariffs and non-tariff barriers have been amongst the most persistent obstacles to deeper intra-African trade. High tariffs on intra-continental goods have made cross-border commerce expensive and uncompetitive compared to trading with external partners. This has discouraged manufacturers and traders from exploring African markets, perpetuating our reliance on extra-continental trade. Meanwhile, non-tariff barriers, or NTBs as we call them, such as cumbersome customs procedures, inconsistent standards, bureaucratic delays, and varying regulations, often impose even higher costs than tariffs themselves. These invisible walls raise transaction costs, create uncertainty, fragment markets, and stifle the development of regional value chains. As a result, African businesses face disproportionate hurdles in trading with neighbors, limiting industrialization, job creation, and economic diversification. The African Continental Free Trade Area, whose secretariat is hosted right here in Accra, remains one of the most transformative economic undertakings in the history of our continent. It is already the largest free trade area in the world by number of participating states, linking 54 countries and roughly 1.4 billion people under a combined GDP of 3.4 trillion US dollars. The World Bank's recent analysis of a full after implementation is instructive. It projects that the agreement could lift Africa's regional income to 450 billion USD by 2035, boost the continent's exports by 560 billion USD, and most importantly, lift 30 million Africans out of extreme poverty. The promise of the AfTA is immense, but implementation across our member states remains uneven, and we must honestly confront our challenges concerning these practical inhibitions on our roads. Tariffs are not sacred, and reducing them is not to surrender, ladies and gentlemen. Borders are not destiny, and choices, and we can choose differently. We need to recognize that a continent of 1.4 billion people trading freely among itself is more powerful than the 54 fragmented countries with a shared destiny competing each other. Economic integration alone is not enough, ladies and gentlemen. It must be matched by a courageous political agenda, specifically political reforms that strengthen institutions, deepen democracy, and root out corruption. We need governance that is transparent, accountable, and people-oriented. We need leadership that measures success not by personal wealth, but by how many young people are employed, how many women are empowered, and how many communities are transformed. Good governance is not a Western import. It is an African necessity, because it is our people, above all, who suffer when institutions fail. Mr. President, distinguished participants, Africa does not lack resources, as I mentioned earlier. We hold the cobalt that powers the world's phones, the gold that anchors its markets, the youngest population on the planet, and the richest soil for tomorrow's harvest. What we have lacked until, gentlemen, 10 years from now, that on the 24th of July, 2026, in this very hall, in this very city of Accra, a new resolve was born. Not a resolve of words, but of tariffs lowered, of borders dismantled, of institutions strengthened, and of a continent that finally chose itself. Let us leave here with recommendations worthy of the moment, ambitious in our vision, grounded in evidence, and actionable in design. I wish all of us gathered here, ladies and gentlemen, a most productive and inspired deliberations. The future of our region is in part in this room today. It will take us to build it. It will take us to ensure it prospers, and it will take us to ensure it goes forward. What inspires me the most is the gathering of the young people in this room. The future of the continent is in your very hands. And before I mounted this stage, I had informed Mr. President that that was the thing that excited me the most when I entered this hall. For I believe that when we start with you and get it right, we are assured of a better tomorrow. I wish all of us well, and may God bless our continent, Africa. Thank you.
Again, a round of applause for Mr. Ebo Kwesi. I think he has said it all. And we are so happy to have you as the youth, especially from our tertiary institutions. You are here and you are listening to the new leaders, the path they want you to chart. It is your future. We don't want to see you perishing in your attempt to get to Europe. They have all said it, from the president to the trade ministry, that Africa is not poor. We have all the resources. We have the human capital. You are currently in training. You should be able to take charge and ensure that the story of Africans changes. Thank you very much. We'll continue the program by, for your information too, Mr. Ebokwesin, he's a director at the ministry, and he's in charge of trade development. So you've seen that everything I said is current. Trade development, trade facilitation and import management, export trade and development. So he has all these figures. He knows what is happening. African countries find it easier to trade with the outside world instead of trading with their neighbors. And these things must change. We should start rewriting our story that Africa can do it and can do it better with other African countries than to go to external world. In fact, we can't do it alone. We still need that cooperation, but we have to start from here. Charity, they say, begins at home. So without wasting too much time, we have the topic, as they've all said, economic restructuring, political reforms, and integration for sustainable development in Africa. Then we have someone, the premier, we call the country rep premier, the premier from Senegal, who is also a lecturer at the Université Cheikh Anta Diop, Dakar. He will come and address us on the topic. So, in the person of Dr. Sherif Saloum Diatta. Shall we give him a round of applause? Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. MC, for the floor. Thank you for this opportunity. I am Dr. Sherif Saloum Diatta, Professor of Caribbean Studies at Cheikh Anta Diop University of Dakar. I'm also the chairman of the board of directors of the Senegalese National Authority for Quality Assurance in Higher Education, Research, and Innovation. Mr. Kwame Denkwa, President of the International Secretariat of Harakati Muungano, Mr. Samuel Manser, General Secretary of the International Secretariat of Harakati Muungano, Mr. Ebokwesin, Director of Trade Development at the Ministry of Trade, Agribusiness and Industry, Chief Ayobamidele Abayomi Momodu, CEO of Ovation International Media Group, esteemed delegates from Harakati member states, the executives of the Student Council, Harakati Organizing Committee, members of the press, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. All protocol observed, I extend my warmest greetings to everyone here. I deeply appreciate and sincerely thank President Kwame Dankwa and the International Secretariat of Harakati Muungano for holding Harakati Third Annual Conference in Accra. I hope next year Nigeria will hold its big conference in Abuja or Lagos and invite us all. Mr. President, this is a solemn call I'm making. Before going any further, please allow me to pay tribute to two of our late colleagues, Mrs. Dankwa, former wife of President Dankwa, and Emmanuel Avognon, our brother from Niger. We sincerely thank them for their commitment and services rendered to Harakati. However, the best way we can thank them is to make all efforts to take Harakati where they hoped to see it. Honorable guests, dear participants, this year's conference brings together delegations from the different member countries and calls us to reflect on an outstanding topic: economic restructuring, political reforms, integration, and sustainable development. This topic raises essential issues I should examine with a particular focus on West Africa. Ladies and gentlemen, addressing the above topic is tantamount to speaking about the future of West Africa and Africa in general. West Africa, not as 15 separate countries, but as one region with one destiny, ECOWAS. We're 440 million people. We're the youngest region in the world. We have gold, oil, cocoa, sun, rivers, and some of the most innovative entrepreneurs on the planet. And yet, we're still facing the same challenges year after year: debt, unemployment, insecurity, and climate shocks. Why all that? That's the big question. Only because we've been treating the symptoms, not the system. If Africa or West Africa is to rise in the next 20 years, we must work on 4 things at the same time: economic restructuring, political reforms, integration, and sustainable development. These are not 4 separate core issues. They are 4 parts of the same engine. If one fails, the whole engine will fail. In this presentation, I will walk you through each one while highlighting their interconnections. So, the first core issue I'm going to highlight is economic restructuring. Right now, too many of our economies still look the same as they did in like 40 years ago. We export raw materials. We import finished products. We borrow to pay salaries. And 8 out of 10 people work in the informal sector with no security, no pension, no growth. That is not working anymore. That is not working anymore. Global interest rates are high. Commodity prices are volatile, and our youth population is doubling. So what does restructuring mean for ECOWAS? It means 3 shifts. Shift 1, from raw exports to industrialization. We export cocoa, but Switzerland makes the chocolate. We export cotton, but Asia makes the clothes. We need agro-processing plants in Ghana, textile factories in Nigeria, and food processing hubs in Senegal. That can keep the money and the jobs here in Africa. Shift 2, from informal to structured economy. We cannot tax, train, or protect businesses we cannot see. Digital registration, mobile money, and easier credit for the SMEs will bring millions into the formal economy. Chapter 3, from disconnected to connected. A tomato farmer in Burkina Faso loses 40% of his crop because he cannot get it to a market in Cote d'Ivoire. We need regional highways, a working power grid, and digital payment across borders. Overall, restructuring aims to build economies that create decent jobs, withstand shocks, and don't collapse every time oil prices drop. However, none of that happens without political reforms. So the next core issue I'm going to examine is political reforms. Ladies and gentlemen, investors don't put money where the rules change every elections. Citizens don't pay taxes to governments they don't trust. And development plans don't survive if there's no peace. Over the last 5 years, ECOWAS has faced serious political stress, coups, contested elections, and growing insecurity in the Sahel. So, what reforms do we need? Strengthen institutions, not individuals. Independent courts, independent electoral commissions, mandate limitation, public budget that citizens can read online are essential in building strong democracies. When institutions are strong, transitions are peaceful. Second, deliver services at the local level. People don't feel the federal government. They feel the mayor, the health clinic, and the local police. Real decentralization means real money and real power to local governments. Last, enhance security cooperation. No single country can defeat terrorism alone. The ECOWAS standby force, intelligence sharing, and support to communities on the front line must be our priority. Because without security, there's no investment, no schools, no farms. In a nutshell, political reform is not about policies. It's about creating the stability that makes economic reform possible. Yet, the reforms can only accelerate economic growth through regional integration. So, the third core issue I'm going to tackle is integration. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, integration is ECOWAS's superpower. Alone, Nigeria is a big market. Ghana is a medium market. Togo is a small market. Together, ECOWAS is a 440 million person market that is bigger than the United States was in 1970. Integration means tearing down the walls between us in various sectors: trade, people, money, and infrastructures. On trade, we already have the ECOWAS Trade Liberalization Scheme, ETLS. Goods made in West Africa should move with zero tariffs. But trucks still spend 3 days at borders. That's the reality. We need to digitize customs, harmonize standards, and enforce the rules we already agreed to. On people, the protocol on free movement says a citizen of any ECOWAS country should be able to live and work anywhere in the region. That is revolutionary, that's true. But we still see harassment at borders. We need to make it real. On money, the long-term project is ECHO, a single currency. One currency means lower costs for traders, easier investment, and more power in global negotiations. But to get there, we need fiscal discipline and coordinated policies. On infrastructure, West Africa's mega infrastructures include 3 initiatives: the Dakar-Lagos Highway, the West African Power Pool, and the regional fiber optic cables. When we connect our roads, our power, and our internet, we stop being 15 small economies and start being one big one. Long short, integration is how we multiply everything else. It makes restructuring cheaper. It makes reform more credible. And more importantly, it makes development faster and sustainable. So the last core issue I'm going to address is sustainable development. For a long time, we thought development meant just GDP growth, build more and grow faster. But in Africa, as well as in West Africa, we're seeing the bill for that approach. Our coastlines are eroding. The Sahara is moving south. Floods are destroying cities. And half of our population still doesn't have reliable electricity. What does sustainable development mean then? It means 3 things. First, climate adaptation and survival. We need drought-resistant seeds. We need to restore land through initiatives like the Great Green Wall. We need to protect our coastlines because if agriculture fails, everything fails. Second, energy transition. We cannot industrialize on diesel generators. West Africa has sun 300 days a year. 300 days a year. We have hydro, gas, and wind. The goal should be affordable clean power for every home and factory by 2040. The West African Power Pool is the vehicle to get us there. Last, invest in people. That is human capital. SDGs are not charity, they are economics. Every girl in school, every child vaccinated, every youth trained in digital skills is a future worker, a taxpayer, an entrepreneur. Therefore, we must pay for it differently. Green bonds, climate funds, and using debt relief for climate projects are not necessarily the solution. We cannot borrow our way out of this. Overall, sustainability is not a cost. It is insurance. It is the difference between growth that lasts 5 years and growth that lasts 50 years. To conclude, let me bring it together. Economic restructuring without political reform will be reversed by the next government. Political reform without integration will be too small to matter. Integration without sustainability will run out of water, power, and land. And sustainable is just a wish list. ECOWAS Vision 2050 calls this a community of people. That is exactly right. Because at the end of the day, this is not about policies, it's about people. It's about the young graduate in Dakar who wants a job, the trader in Abidjan who wants to cross a border without paying a bribe, the farmer in Mali who wants rain that comes on time, the mother in Accra who wants light in her home. We have the plan. We have the institutions. We have the market. What we need now is speed and coordination. There are 3 things we can do in the short term. First, open the borders for real under the African Continental Free Trade Area and the ECOWAS Trade Liberalization Scheme, ETLS. 2, fast-track 2 regional power projects. And 3, launch a regional youth skills program tied to new industries, technologies, especially artificial intelligence. If we do these 4 things together, restructuring, reform, integration, and sustainability, Africa or West Africa will not just grow, we will lead. Thank you very much for listening.
A round of applause for him again. Thank you very much. Dr. Sherif Saloum Diatta from Senegal. We are so proud of you. You've done well. As I said, he is a lecturer at the University of Sheikh Anta Diop of Dakar. So we are still expecting the chairman and CEO of Ovation International Media Group from Nigeria. We were told that he's on his way to this meeting, and we are hopeful that he will soon be here with us. Thank you very much. We'll continue the program. As we said, all of them, the speakers have said that this charge is for you, the youth. So everywhere we are, as Harakati Muungano, we have tried to form clubs, Harakati Muungano clubs, on our university campuses. So the procedure is that when the club is formed, it is registered. So I'm going to quickly introduce the clubs that we have on our various campuses from Nigeria to Ghana. So I'll mention the country and then the various universities that have already started working with the clubs. So this one is not in any particular order, but I will start with Burkina Faso. It means that as we are talking now, we have Harakati Muungano Club in Burkina Faso on the campus of Université Joseph Kizerbo, Université Thomas Sankara. So 2 universities have the Harakati Muungano Club. That is for Burkina Faso. For Cameroon, we have our presence is felt on the campus of Université Protestante d'Afrique Centrale. Université Protestante d'Afrique Centrale. That is in Cameroon. In Congo-Brazzaville, we are on the campus of Université Marien Ngouabi. Université Marien Ngouabi. In the Republic of La Côte d'Ivoire, we are present on the campus of Université Houphouët-Boigny. Again, when you go to the DRC, what you refer to as Dr. Congo, Democratic Republic of Congo, we are on the campus of Université Pédagogique Nationale. In Gabon, you find a Harakati Club on the campus of Université Omar Bongo. In Guinea, we are on the campuses of Université Générale Lassana Conté Symphonia. Again, in the same country, we are on the campus of Université Gamal Abdel Nasser de Conakry. In Liberia, we are on the campus of University of Monrovia. University of Monrovia. In Niger, we are on the campus of École Technique, Économique, Comptable, Commerciale et de Communication. In Nigeria, for now, we have 5 clubs registered on 5 different university campuses. So Harakati Muungano is on the campuses of Kwara State University, Lagos State University, University of Ilorin, Federal University of Agriculture, and Lagos State University of Education. So when you go to Nigeria, we are on these 5 campuses, different universities, and more are coming. More are coming. It means that we are serious about involving the youth in this charge. So when we go to Senegal, we are on the campus of Université Cheikh Anta Diop de Dakar. And then when you move to Sierra Leone, you again find Harakati Club on the campus of Fura Bay College. That is Sierra Leone. When you go to Togo, you again find this club on the campus of Université de Lomé. And then, when you come to Ghana, who is leading the charge, we have our presence in 10 universities, University of Ghana. We are also on the campus of University of Education, Winneba. We are on the campus of University of Professional Studies, Accra, UPSA. We are also on the campus of University of Energy and Natural Resources. That's Sunyani. We are there. When you go to Tamale, you will find us on the campus of University of Development Studies, UDS. Harakati Club of the Youth will also be found in Cape Coast at the University of Cape Coast, UCC. And then, when we come closer, just a stone throw from here, you will see Harakati Muungano Club at the Accra Technical University. ATU. And then, when we go back to Kumasi, so the center of Ghana, we are on the campus of Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, NUCS. So, we haven't stopped there. We moved to Takwa. So when you go to UMAT, University of Mines and Technology, Harakati Club is also there. So for now, these are the various clubs and the various universities where we have registered our presence. And we encourage you as youth to work hard and ensure that all these things that we are saying, that Africa is not poor, we have to prove it to the entire world that we have the resources and we have the human capital. Thank you very much. We have time. So the program continues. The representative of the Ministry of Trade has to go back to Parliament for the budget hearing, so it's gone. But as I said earlier, we are still expecting the chairman and CEO of Ovation International Media Group. Why we are doing that? Because we are expecting him to get here. We will respectfully ask the youth coordinator of the various campuses in the person of Jeffrey Eduyebois to come briefly and talk about Harakati, what Harakati stands for, and the need for the youth to join this group and ensure that our future as Africa, our future as youth of Africa, our unemployment problems, how we can deal with them and be self-reliant. So I will invite respectfully Mr. Jeffrey Eduyebois for a short talk on that. Thank you very much, Jeffrey.
All right. Good afternoon, everyone. First off, you are welcome once again to the Harakati Muungano Annual International Conference. I know very well that majority of us are students from various universities across Africa. And I especially want to acknowledge every single university student who came from the comfort of your campuses just to be part of today's conference. Clap for yourselves. I'm very proud of you and very proud of your participation. As at this morning, we had recorded 475 registrations for the conference. And today I can see that majority of those that registered are here to join us. And I'm very happy that you have made time to be part of today's conversation. Clap for yourselves once again. I want to especially thank the campus leadership, the executives from the various campuses for making it a point to come with your members. The truth is, a number of you are also not necessarily members of Harakati Muungano already, but have decided to be part of this to understand what we do and find a reason to join the organization. So during the registration, a portion was made available to know how many of you were already members of Harakati and how many of you want to be part of Harakati. And out of the 475 registrations, 397 of you are willing to be part of us, and I'm so proud of it. Let's clap for ourselves. So I want to know the numbers coming from each of the campuses. So when I mention your campus, you raise your hand so that we see how many of you are here. Okay, University of Ghana. Wow, let's clap for University of Ghana. You have indeed proven that you are the premier university. University of Ghana is actually the first university we established Harakati Muungano in, which is also the first university in Ghana and the best university across the continent of Africa. I am a proud alumni of University of Ghana and the 67th UGSRC Vice President. So I'm happy to see my people here in their numbers. I know that today you have outshined the nays. Mr. Bito has admitted that University of Ghana is indeed a premier university. Let's clap for ourselves once again. Great. University of Education, Winneba. Let's see you. Great, great, great. They are coming from Central Region and they came in their numbers. Let's give it up to them once again. University of Professional Studies, Accra, UPSC. Wow, UPSC is also here in their numbers. University of Energy and Natural Resources, UNE. Okay, we can find them at the back. Clap for yourselves. Awesome. This particular campus, do you know, after the registrations had come in and then people were coming, and every 1 minute somebody is calling me from the northern part of Ghana. And I was wondering what my number was doing in the northern region. Not knowing a lot of students were coming from University of Development Studies, UDS. Let's clap for them. They also came in their numbers as well tomorrow. Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology. Do we have students from there here? I know students that reached out to me that they were coming from there, so I don't know if they've not arrived yet. Accra Technical University. Okay. And then University of Mines and Technology. Maybe because your numbers are not much, you are shy to raise up your hand. But thank you very much for coming today. Now, a lot of you or everyone here who registered for the program received an email and an SMS today is Friday, so on Wednesday, that you have been confirmed as a delegate for today's conference. And I know that a lot of you came here with expectations. And indeed, your expectations shall be met. That is because I joined Harakati Muungano at a time where I was vice president of University of Ghana's SRC. I had come back from a meeting only to come and meet a file on my desk talking about this organization and what it stands for. So I made room to engage the national leadership of Harakati Muungano at the time. And I realized that this is an organization that has the future of Africa at heart. I was a political science and information studies student at University of Ghana. I am very much interested in international relations and diplomacy. So I saw it as an opportunity to join an organization that will give me the platform to engage people from other countries outside Ghana. So last 2 months or last 3 months in April, Harakati za Muungano held its first International Youth Conference. How many of us were at the International Youth Conference? Great. A lot of our members from the other countries came in their numbers. As for that one, it was not that open like it is today. And we intend to make sure that as you are all becoming a part of Harakati za Muungano, at the next International Youth Conference, we'll have all of you participate. But the good news is, God willing, tomorrow, the program for tomorrow is entirely for the youth of Africa. And tomorrow we'll be having the youth conference. So everyone here will have the opportunity to speak and share their ideas on what we believe should be done as far as the future of Africa is concerned. So tomorrow, God willing, from campus to campus, from countries to countries, we will discuss the various ideologies of Harakati za Muungano, what we think about it. We will debate it among ourselves and then come into a conclusion as to what we believe should be done to improve our great continent. So if you are here today and your expectation is to connect with people from outside of Ghana, those in Ghana, when you look at, turn your head to the back and look at those sitting behind you, just for a moment. These are all people from different African countries, from Burkina Faso, from Cameroon, from Cote d'Ivoire, from Democratic Republic of Congo, from Gabon, from Guinea, from Liberia, from Niger, from Nigeria, from Senegal, from Sierra Leone, and from Togo. These are 17 different African countries coming together to discuss the future of our continent. And you may do yourself a great disservice if you get out of this room without connecting with somebody from another country. Who knows? Your future husband or wife may be sitting here with you. I met a potential wife at a youth conference, but I lost her number, so it didn't work out. So it may be your portion. So don't step out of here without knowing somebody from another country. Say hi to somebody. As for me, country. Say hi to somebody. As for me, the only French I know is comment tu t'appelles aujourd'hui, je t'aime. Je t'aime is I like you or I love you. So when you meet a girl and you don't know what to say, just say je t'aime. She will understand. You get it? So please, the most important thing today is to make sure that you connect with the right people. Make sure that you link up with somebody that you have not seen before. Interestingly, even among the various universities, you may not know each other. There are people from, UG, people from UPSA, people from UCC, people from ATU, people from Winneba, different universities coming together today. And you may as well want to connect with these people because the future is very interesting. One thing that I've seen among people or members of Harakati is we have been fast to build ourselves together as a family. So there are lots of people that I personally did not know. When I joined Harakati za Muungano had established in 3 campuses, 2 campuses at the time. It was UNIMAC, University of Media, Arts and Communication, UNIMAC. Are there students from UNIMAC here? Oh, good. Let's clap for her. UNIMAC is represented. So sorry. So UNIMAC is here. It was UNIMAC and UPSA before we added University of Ghana. And the charge was to make sure that as many university campuses as possible, we should establish this organization in there. So as a youth coordinator, I was charged to get this particular responsibility done. And what helped me was that I reached out to student leaders from different university campuses who bought into the vision of Harakati za Muungano and connected different people that I didn't know. But today, I know all of these people because of their willingness to be part of what we are doing and to build the continent that we want to see. Ghana before. Has any of you gone outside Ghana before? Let me see your hand. Which country did you go to? Burkina Faso. Okay, which country? Pardon me? Burkina Faso. Okay, Doc. South Africa. Hey, South Africa. Rwanda. Okay. Togo. One ka Togo Grand Kamenti. Boss. Nigeria. Okay. Who else? Hey, Muntu Kwanda. Madam. Pardon me? Ethiopia. Okay, great. Who else? As for those on top of us, they've all come to Ghana before. So they've gone outside of their country. Now the truth is, so no one has gone outside Africa. Hey. All right. I have had the opportunity to visit one African country and one Asian country. And I will not mention the country because members of the country are here. They may chastise me after my speech. So I would keep that confidential for now. But I went to another African country and I realized that the situation in Ghana is not that bad. We all wanted to get opportunities to travel outside Ghana. But when I went to that country, I wanted to come back to Ghana. That is not to say they are not a good country, but to say that Africa really must work on, one, its leadership, and the changes that we want to see must be pragmatic. I went to a country where citizens told me about how for years students had to stay home for years because of conflicts that were happening within the country. I went to a country that it was obvious that development was only an eyesore. When you see development, it's like, I went to that country and I couldn't come home with memories because there was no place to take a picture. It's not as if there were no places to take. You can take pictures anywhere. But when you want to come and tell people that you've gone to Abuchi, you have to find some nice, I couldn't get that opportunity. So it means that the future of Africa is really at stake and we all have a role to play. Your voices must be heard. Even in our country, Ghana, when you look at our democracy, you realize that there are a lot of things that we really want to see change. But the leadership really have to listen to us. And that is why the ideologies of Harakati and Muungano, we believe, will turn the fortunes of Africa around. The truth is, currently, the status quo is not helping us. The status quo is really not helping us. Let us take a look at something. In Ghana, in the year 2028, we'll be nearing our national election. And we'll be nearing an election period where the incumbent government, which is the National Democratic Congress, and other political parties, such as the New Patriotic Party, will be contesting against each other. There are a few things that are obvious in the upcoming election. One, state resources will be used for national campaign. True or false? True. You'll be seeing political parties rally state resources, various vehicles all over the country, which are supposed to be used for national development just to win another election. This gives birth to the ideology we call incumbent non-self succession. Can you repeat after me? Incumbent non-self succession. Can you repeat after me? Incumbent non-self succession. Don't worry if you don't understand what it means. I will explain. If you want me to say it in 3, 2, I will say it. But I know you all went to University of Ghana, so you understand. Amen. Good. So incumbent non-self succession seeks to advocate that sitting governments should not succeed themselves right after they assume power. That is to say that the current NDC government should not contest in the next election, right? To allow other political parties to contest among themselves and assume the next leadership of government. Please, you understand? You don't understand? Great. Let me explain further. Currently, the NDC government is going to contest in the next election. And that means that the only thing they would have to do is to change their flag bearer, because President Mahama has gone 8 years already, right? Even that one, they want to contest at the, the Supreme Court to know whether President Mahama is eligible to run again. Have you heard of that news? Good. Now, to prevent all of that, what we are saying is that even if it takes Ghana to agree that in the span of 8 years, it will be enough for a government to do all they have to do, and that 8 years is not going to be 2 consecutive terms, but 1 term. Let it be 1 term, and that 1 term can be given to whoever is voted into power. So now, when whoever is voted into power comes into power, that person should abstain from contesting the next election. And see, the truth is, elections in Africa have become a do-or-die affair. Do you agree with me? Everybody wants to retain power. We've seen African countries that have leaders who have been in government even before I was born. Even before you and I were born, certain people were presidents. And they are not willing to let go of power, because power is sweet. When you have power, you can do anything in the world. Right? So what we are saying is that to prevent this autocracy in disguise, interestingly, we have democratic countries that practice autocracy in disguise. Do you understand? We all know that there has to be an election, but we know that when the election happens, there is no way the government will change. So indeed, you have the right to vote, but you don't have the right to choose that new leader you want. So we believe that incumbents and self-succession will give this opportunity. Let's take the rare case of President John Dramani Mahama, who served as president of Ghana in the year 2013 to 2017. Unfortunately, he was voted out of power, so he couldn't succeed in becoming a president for 2 consecutive terms. He sat at home for 8 consecutive years and has now been elected again as president of Ghana. Will you agree with me that there are things, or there are certain mistakes that President Mahama did in his previous term that he would make sure not to make happen again? Do you agree with me? Pardon me, but an issue like Dumso, I don't think he would watch it happen again in his second term. No. He would do everything possible to fight it, because he was not voted for again just because of a major issue like that. Do you agree with me? Now that President Mahama is back, he is doing everything possible to redeem himself of the election that he lost back in 2016. So we are saying that incumbents and self-succession would actually give the opportunity for succeeding governments to come back again, even after they've left office. So if President Mahama or the NDC government is not allowed to contest in the year 2028, they can actually have the opportunity to contest in the 2032 election, when the NPP, if they win the 2028 election, will not be allowed to contest NDC in the 2032 election. Please, you understand me? This would give the opportunity for a fair play. This week, we had an engagement at the office, and the president asked me a question. He asked me that if I am a member of the opposition political party, what will motivate me to give any advice for the promotion or for the development of the country for the National Democratic Congress or the current government? What would motivate me to give them any advice to make Ghana a better place? Why should I advise President Mahama to make Ghana a better place if I'm in opposition, when I know very well that if he is doing well, Ghanaians will vote for the party again? Please, you understand? Now, when you look at our current political system, if somebody is in opposition, every time they sit on television or radio, they are backstabbing the government. They are saying all sorts of things about the same thing that they will come in government and do. Please, you understand? But if you are not going to contest in the next election, now the current government will do everything possible to deliver on their mandate. And then the opposition party, instead of fighting the current government on every single thing that they do, in fact, even if the thing is good, they'll find something bad about it to say. And that is the kind of democracy we are running. Please, you understand? So indeed, we believe that incumbents and self-succession is the way to go. I know that you have your questions. I know that you are wondering why it should be so. Probably if it becomes like that, then it gives the opportunity for the strongest political party to continue succeeding in power and all of that. There are questions you have. I had my own questions, but I had my questions answered when I participated in the various activities of Harakati and Muungano. So as I mentioned, tomorrow, God willing, we will all have the opportunity to ask all these questions at the International Youth Conference. And I expect all of us to be a part of this. You are all called delegates because we want you to be a part and an active participant of this program. I want you personally to contribute to this conversation. Tell us what you think about these ideologies, what you believe can be done better to improve the continent of Africa. Another major ideology that we are pushing for is minority inclusive. Minority inclusive model is something that Harakati Muungano believes will turn the fortunes of Africa around. In Ghana, how many members of parliament do we have? Hey, you don't know? How many? Hey. Somebody from UPSA should surprise me. Raymond, how many members of parliament do we have? 275. Is that correct? Hey, UPSA. Somebody from UEW. UPSA for 18. Yeah, crazy. See, UPSA for free. 276. Great. We have 276 members of parliament. How many of them are in the majority? UEW. Pardon me? 189. And how many in the minority? 80. Okay. Which school are you from? UG, University of Ghana. Let's clap for him. Let's clap for him. Let's clap for him. Great. Now, this is the case that, don't you think it is a bit unfair that we vote for a president in Ghana and the percentage that the president wins with is supposed to be only 50 plus 1% and he becomes president? What percentage did President Mahama win with? Somebody from which school? You dare answer. Which school? UNE. Nesta. Where is Nesta and his people? Somebody from UNE should give us that answer. The percentage President Mahama won with. Hey, UNE. Chese energy ne resources amunim hoshe. Somebody from UDS. 54. G will answer. You go to ChatGPT and ask ChatGPT. What's the answer? 56.5%. Which school? UG. Let's clap for the UG students. Let's clap for. Mr. Bito, please clap for the UG students. Okay, Jonathan should kindly meet Mr. Joshua outside. Great. Now, President Mahama got 56.5%, but he has 100% of the national cake. He has 100% of the national cake because Ghana is running what we call winner takes all and first past the post politics. When you win, no matter how many people voted for you, Mahama was voted for by 6 million people. The highest opposition party had over 4 million votes. But we are saying that all the over 4 million people should just shut up and sit under the current government because they had 56.5%. We believe that such a system of government must be amended to allow the minority to be included in governance. When you go to even parliament, for instance, you see how the majority in government is always opposing and bullying the minority just because they don't have the numbers. How much more system of government where surrendered all the 100% of everything to the president to do all the appointments of ministers of state, chief executives of various institutions and all of that. We think that just as John Mahama has attained 56.5%, we should limit him to that percentage of appointees to make, such that the minority or those in the opposition with the other percentages can also appoint or have the opportunity to appoint their own people in government with the same percentage they also had. Do you agree with me? Do you agree with me? 5 minutes. Almost my time So we believe that these reforms would really cause a change in Africa. I don't know your background. I don't know where you come from. I don't know how you see the future of Africa. But I think that as you are seated here, you have been called to turn the fortunes of Africa around. Do you believe in that? Do you believe that? Oh, do you believe that? You don't believe you have been called to turn the fortunes of Africa around? As for me, I believe that I've been called as one of the people to cause a change in the continent of Africa. And I believe in you too, right? There's this song we used to sing as children, and I'll let us sing that song and I take my seat. And it goes, please, I know that all of you can sing it, so when I start, I don't have a good voice, so you can support me. Arise, okay, so it's Arise Ghana Youth for your country, right? But because we are having an intercontinental conversation, we'll replace everywhere Ghana is with Africa. Please, you understand? I hope you can all sing it. Can we all stand and sing this song? Okay, great. Shall we? So, Arise Ghana Youth for your country, right? But then you start with Arise African Youth for your continent. Do you understand? Great. Arise African Youth for your continent. The continent demands your devotion. Let us all unite to uphold them and make them great and strong. We are all involved. We are all involved. We are all involved in building our motherland. Hey, am I wrong? In building our motherland. Arise, African youth, for your continent. The continent demands your devotion. Let us all unite to uphold her and make her great and strong. We are all involved. We are all involved. We are all involved in building our continent. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. You've all proven that I indeed don't have a good voice. But thank you very much. I believe that, as I mentioned, tomorrow, God willing, we will have the opportunity to dialogue among ourselves, ask all the questions and everything among the youth. But the dignitaries that were invited for today will will continue with their speech. Thank you very much, and thank you for listening to me.
Yeah, let's give you a round of applause to the youth coordinator. Thank you, Jeffrey. Thank you so much. What we normally do is that on our various campuses, for our various clubs, we normally have patrons who are there for the clubs. And each club has a patron. And we are honored to acknowledge among us the patron of UPSA and the president of Dr. Gifty Ejonam Ketemepi. I don't know if I'm right with Dr. Ejonam Ketemepi, and she's a patron from the UPSA. Madam, you are welcome. We'll continue the program. Okay. I've just been told that the patron from University of Education, Winneba, is also among us, Dr. Andrew. Can we see you? Thank you, sir. Dr. Andrew, you are welcome. You are warmly welcome to Accra, and we are so proud to see you in Accra for this conference. Thank you so much for coming. The program continues. The youth coordinator has spoken. We'll now invite another coordinator, and at Harakati, he's known as the commander-in-chief of the student body. So, Commander, you are invited to give your address to the army. Commander-in-chief, you are welcome. Can you give him a round of applause?
Harakati! Why is everywhere cold? Harakati! Za Muungano! I welcome you all to this important and historic gathering. My name is Comrade Ayomide Adebobola, popularly known as Jody and known in Harakati as Commander. I am from Nigeria. I served as the 35th president of the Lagos State University Student Union, and I also served as the pioneer coordinator of Harakati in Lagos State University. To Mr. President, I thank you so much for this vision, for bringing it to life, and to all the international executive and also the executive from our different secretariats across Africa. We appreciate the good work that you are doing. During the pre-convention yesterday, Mr. President started his speech, and he said, who knows the biggest lie that has been sold to Africans? The biggest lie is that Africa is poor. But in actual truth, Africa is not poor. Africa is just disconnected. We are Thank you. And my message today is specifically to African youth. 60% of Africa's population are under 25 years of age. But yet, how many youths do we have when it comes to making decisions that affect the economic and political structures in Africa. My message to the youth today is that we need to move from being just observers. We need to move to become the architects of our own future. We do not need to be on the side anymore. We do not need to sit on the fence. We need to start taking active participation in the future of Africa. Africa is blessed, but it is not reflecting in our day-to-day life. So when we are talking about Africa integration and reformation, I believe that we are not just talking about changing presidents. We are talking about changing our institutions, changing our systems, because institutions and systems outlive personalities. So we need to all stand up. How many youths here are members of a political party? How many of us are actively participating in the discussions that are shaping our future? We need to start acting. We need to start joining these political parties. We need to start coming together to fight for the future that we want. I made a decision to myself that when I'm in my 50s, my 60s, my 70s, my children must look back and be proud of what I've done for the African continent. I would not just sit down and watch my future being decided by people in their 80s and 90s who have refused to leave power. No. We must actively stand up and realize that the future of Africa is in our hands. Do the youth even realize the power that we hold? Do we realize that if truly we want Africa to change today, if we come together as one, we can make a change? How many of us believe that? If 60% of Africans are under 25, but yet we have people who have been in position even before our parents met each other, not to talk of us being born, but yet they are still deciding our future. How long are we going to keep quiet? How long are we going to keep waiting? I believe that in our respective countries, if we start coming together, joining political parties, making impact in our own little ways, you don't have to hold a position before you make impact. All you have to do is have determination and connect with like-minded people who also share the same vision. And that is why at the moment that I heard about Harakati and what it stands for, I became intentionally interested in becoming a part of this organization, because I realized that the future that we are seeking is what Harakati is promoting. The future that we deserve is what Harakati is fighting for. So my message to the youth today is that we need to stop being observers. If Africa is going to be great in our time, we must all stand together and unite and say Africa must be great. If we keep on observing, we'll just realize that the 20s is gone, 30s, 40s, and then we are now parents, and now our children, we now start saying Africa will be good one day. The same thing that our grandfathers, our great-grandfathers have been saying. We do not want our children to say the same thing. So my message today is that we should come together. We should unite. We should push for the reformation and integration of Africa. If you are familiar with the borders, you will realize how hectic and how difficult it is for people and goods to move across these different borders in Africa. Why should it be so? Why Africans should deviate from individual bargaining. We should negotiate as a continent, not individual nation. It should be Africa and China, Africa and the United States. Africa and the other continents in the world. Because if we keep on going with our individual ways, there is no way Africa is going to grow. So my message to the youth today is that let's start taking part in our future. We should not leave our futures in the hands of people who have spent decades of their lives in government. We should be active participants. If you have interest in politics, join a political party. If you have interest in diplomacy, you can start. If you have interest in anything that can shape the future of Africa, the best time to start is now. So my message remains the same. We must become participants in shaping the future of our continent. And I believe that if 60% of Africa, who are youths, come together, we would definitely liberate Africa. So united we stand, divided we fall. Africa will be great someday. Harakati! Thank you so much for the honor.
A round of applause for Commander. Commander from Lagos State University. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I need the kind of youth we want. This is where we want to move to. Now, it is time for the solidarity messages from the various countries. So, as I did, I will still go by the alphabetical order. We did something like that yesterday. So one or two words from the leaders from the member countries. So to help us understand exactly what you are saying. We give you some few minutes to do that. So if you are prepared, I'll start with, I said already, or use the alphabetical order. So I will start with Benin. The leader can just come and give us a solidarity message. And then other leaders will also be getting ready to just come and tell us something, their experiences. And then what we are going to do is when the leader is here, then it should be supported by his, will I say colleague? By his brothers and sisters who have accompanied him. So Benin is coming. So I will suggest that all the Beninese who are here should just follow the leader for his message. I think it's still on. So let's give a round of applause. This is the Benin group.
Bonjour à tous. Vous dites? Ok. Mon nom est Ronald Aladaye. Je viens du Bénin. Ici, c'est Madame Karine Aladaye. Elle est trésorière de Harakati, Bénin. Là, nous avons Zokli Elvia. Elle est membre de Harakati, Bénin. Et ici, nous avons Espoir Adikpeto, étudiante Université des sciences, technologies et mathématiques du Bénin. Je voudrais adresser nos sincères remerciements à M. Dankwa, président du Harakati, pour l'honneur qu'il a fait à la délégation béninoise en nous accueillant ici. Nous vous remercions, Monsieur le Président. Je ne vais pas monopoliser la parole, je vais juste partager quelque chose avec vous. C'est un événement que j'ai vécu pendant notre arrivée ici à Accra. Il s'est fait que mon compagnon de route, je veux dire celui qui était juste à côté de moi, nous avons eu quelques échanges et dans les échanges, ce dernier me disait qu'il a passé 10 ans de sa vie au Bénin. Il est togolais et il a passé 10 ans au Bénin. Il a quitté le Bénin en 1996. Il est retourné chez lui. Il a passé 2 ans au Togo. Puis, il a décidé de venir à Accra en 1998. De 1998 à 2002, il a pris le temps de se familiariser avec le pays. Il a pu avoir un boulot. Il a épousé une Ghanéenne. Il a fait des enfants ghanéens. Et ce qui m'a le plus touché est qu'il a dit que aujourd'hui, il est ghanéen, il n'est plus togolais. La leçon dans l'histoire, c'est quoi? C'est que, en tant qu'Africains, peu importe là où nous pouvons nous trouver, l'essentiel, c'est de se sentir à l'aise. Nous devons nous sentir à l'aise. Notre pays d'accueil doit nous apporter les conditions nécessaires pour notre plein épanouissement. Et je voudrais, par ce témoignage, remercier une fois encore la République du Ghana pour l'effort afin que cela soit chose réelle dans tous nos pays. Je vous remercie.
Thank you very much, the Benin delegation. So you can resume your seat. Thank you so much. Now, I think the earphone has been used by the Francophone. So if you realize that the speaker is speaking French, can you just hand over the earphone to an Anglophone to also listen to, because they are interpreting, to listen to what is being said. Thank you so much. So we move on to call on Burkina Faso to come and give us their solidarity message. So all Burkinabés should kindly come and support the leader. A round of applause for them. Yeah, so this is Burkina coming to give us a solidarity message.
Okay, bonjour tout le monde. I'm saying good morning to everybody. Welcome everybody, and also the representative of our embassy in Ghana here. We are grateful to him for our being here. Nous disons merci à notre ambassade qui est présent et à tous ceux qui ont accepté de nous accompagner. Nous sommes la représentation du Burkina Faso. Moi, je suis Viviane Sawadogo. Je suis la représentante de Harakati au Burkina Faso. Et je suis accompagnée de...
Bonjour à tous, moi c'est Kamena Philippe, étudiant entrepreneur, et j'ai vraiment aimé l'initiative que Harakati a décidé de faire, ce qui va avec ce que notre président aussi fait, que je salue, le président capitaine Ibrahim Traoré. Nous sommes tous là pour vraiment unifier nos peuples, pour que nous puissions avancer, pour que la jeunesse puisse avoir un avenir meilleur. Vraiment, merci beaucoup. Et je salue le président de Harakati pour son initiative et à tous, le staff et tout le monde.
Okay. Bonjour tout le monde. Moi, c'est Mélanie Nadia Drago, étudiante en 3e année anglais. Merci à tous d'être là pour cette bonne cause, pour cette initiative qui contribuera à l'unité et véritablement à consolider les relations de l'Afrique tout entière. Que Dieu bénisse cette initiative. Merci à tout un chacun.
Bonjour à tous, je me nomme Sankara Lidou, je suis chercheur en littérature et civilisation africaine anglophone à l'université Joseph Kizerbo. Je salue la présence de tous les pays africains. Je remercie également le président d'Harakati Muungano de nous avoir invités. Que Dieu bénisse l'Afrique, que Dieu bénisse Harakati Muungano. Je vous remercie.
Thank you so much, the Burkinabe delegation. So you may kindly resume your seat. So we continue with. So we continue with this. We want it to be faster than this. So when you come, it's only the leader who will give us the message. Just the leader who will give us the solidarity message. So we move on to the Republic of Cameroon. We want to be a bit fast. And they will be followed by Central African Republic. So be getting ready. Immediately they finish, you come so that we don't waste too much time. So Cameroon is on its way here. And Central African Republic should be getting ready. And Central African Republic will be followed by... Thank you so much. A round of applause for them.
We're going to try. Mr. Kwame Dankwa, President of the International Secretariat of Harakati Muungano. Greetings to everyone. I am standing here as Mr. Sagunana Eduardo, the Secretary General of Harakati Cameroon. And my colleague here is Madame Pratang Mariette. She's the student representative of students at the Catholic University of, the Protestant University of Central Africa. It's a proud honor and privilege to stand before you today in Accra, a historic cradle of Pan-African solidarity representing the youth, civil society, and vibrant spirit of Cameroon. On behalf of the Cameroonian delegation and our communities back home, I extend our heartfelt gratitude to the organizers and executive leaderships of Harakati for inviting us to participate in this year's annual international conference. To our Ghanaian hosts, thank you for welcoming us with open arms and embodying the true essence of Akwaba. Ghana's legacy as a beacon of unity and independence continues to inspire the entire continent, and there is no better backdrop for the important work we are gathering to do here. A shared commitment to Africa unity. Cameroon, often called Africa in miniature, due to its rich cultural, geographical, and linguistic diversity, shares Harakati's unwavering vision for a united, self-reliant, and forward-moving Africa. We come to this conference not just to speak, but to listen, collaborate, and build lasting bridges between Central and West Africa and across our entire continent. If you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go together. Looking ahead, we are deeply grateful for our platform to share our perspective on youth empowerment, cross-borders, integration, and sustainable development. Over the coming days, we look forward to engaging in honest dialogue, forgoing powerful partnerships, and converting our shared ideas into tangible actions for our communities. Once again, thank you to the Harakati team for your visionary leadership, your incredible hospitality, and your dedication to bringing us together. Long live Pan-African solidarity, long live Harakati. Merci beaucoup.
A round of applause for our brothers from Cameroon. Now, as I said, we are just following the order. So I said after Cameroon, we have Central African Republic. And the president is suggesting or saying that when you come, after the leader has spoken, any member of the team who is willing to say something can say it, but briefly. Thank you very much.
Bonjour à tout le monde. Bien, je suis Jolidon Christian Mamadou, représentant des étudiants en année de Master 2, droit de l'homme et gouvernance démocratique en RCA. C'est notre première participation, je pourrais le dire, et c'est vraiment une opportunité, une fierté pour nous d'être là. Alors notre message d'unité, mais aussi de force, comme on a l'habitude de dire dans notre pays, c'est tous pour un pour tous. Si l'Afrique s'unit, si on se met ensemble, on pourra faire quelque chose de très grand. Je vous remercie, merci pour la vision d'Harakati, merci au président, merci à tout le staff, merci à tous ceux vraiment qui se donnent pour cette vision. On espère que l'Afrique se relèvera et l'Afrique relèvera plusieurs défis. Je vous remercie.
Yeah, thank you very much. It's not alone. He told me that the one he came with just stepped out, so that's why he was here alone. So we are now with the Congo Brazza. And as I said, La Côte d'Ivoire should be getting ready. The delegation for La Côte d'Ivoire should be getting ready. Thank you so much. A round of applause for them before they take the mic.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Wow, it is always a pleasure to be here because I feel that I am at home. Because look at my bonnet. This bonnet was given to me last year by my friend from Nigeria. He did all his best to give me this, and then I feel myself at home whenever I am in Africa. Thank you for what you did, sir. Okay, before we begin, I just want to extend my warm thanks to Honorable Kwame Dankwa, who's working miracles so that Africa unites, and for his leadership and also for his awareness for Africa concerns. Second, I have a message for the youth. But before the message for you, I just want to, to introduce my colleague. He's Mr. Dara Itua, is the representative of Harakati and Muungano in Pointe Noire. Pointe Noire is the second city of our country. We are in Brazzaville, and he is in Pointe Noire. So we work together, we network every time with him. So, and then we had also our president, Madam Wilfried, who couldn't come because she had health issues. At the last moment, she couldn't come because she was sick. And then we talking on behalf of this person, our president. My message is for the youth first. I know that the youth needs change right now, and there is no negotiation for that. You do what they want, otherwise you are going to be put aside. Because they are the majority. The rule of majority say that the majority commands. So we have to do with them. You know, technology and so on, even myself at home, there are things that I cannot do, but my daughter, when she, well, I'm lost. That's why we say that we have to do with the youth. Whether we want it or not, we have to do with them. But you, the youth, show how responsible you are. If they don't be as, your colleague said it, I mean, Mr. Commander and Jeffrey. I'm not surprised to hear that one day Mr. Commander is an MP because he speaks, he talks like an MP as a member of parliament. So, and Jeffrey too was here, UG. Well, I was surprised to see the guy speaking publicly like a teacher. Well, I was really impressed. Congratulations for the two boys. And the last thing I just want to say to the youth is that I noticed you have many platforms, but please for tomorrow, I beg you, please tomorrow, bring us the list of those platforms so that we can share it at home. Because I know you are organized, but we in Central Africa, we don't have the links for your platforms. Please tomorrow, give us the list of your platforms so that we share it to our colleagues in Africa, in Central Africa. Thank you very much. That's all we just want to say.
Yeah, so a round of applause for the Congo-Brazzaville. So we can see the Côte d'Ivoire delegation on their way to the podium.
Oui, c'est moi. Bonjour à tous. Good morning to everyone. So we are the team of Ivory Coast, but I will speak in French. That is better for me. So, Monsieur le Président de Harakati, Mesdames et Messieurs, les représentants des institutions, chers étudiants et jeunes venus des 4 coins de notre continent, bonjour. C'est un honneur pour la délégation ivoirienne de prendre la parole à l'occasion de ce congrès annuel consacré à la restructuration économique, aux réformes politiques, à l'intégration pour un développement durable en Afrique. Notre message s'adresse à tous les leaders. Sachez que nous ne sommes pas simplement réunis ici pour échanger des idées, mais pour écrire ensemble une page de l'histoire de notre continent, l'Afrique. Une Afrique qui croit en son potentiel, qui valorise sa jeunesse, qui renforce ses institutions et qui construit son développement à partir de ses propres richesses, de son intelligence collective et surtout de sa diversité. Hier, notre président l'a si bien dit, notre continent possède les ressources, les talents et l'énergie nécessaires pour construire son développement. Mais cependant, C'est à nous qu'il appartient de renforcer notre coopération et de créer des économies plus inclusives au service de nos populations. Pour ce faire, nous devons nous accepter, travailler ensemble et apprendre les uns des autres. À nous tous, jeunes étudiants, présents à ce congrès, sachez que l'Afrique de demain dépend des décisions que nous prenons aujourd'hui. Soyons donc des artisans du changement dont l'Afrique a besoin. Et à nous tous participants, je lance cet appel, que ce congrès soit plus qu'une rencontre, qu'il soit le point de départ de nouvelles collaborations, de nouvelles initiatives et d'un engagement renouvelé pour le progrès de notre continent. Je vous remercie.
A round of applause for them. Thank you so much, the Premier for la Côte d'Ivoire. So we will continue with the messages, because I said after la Côte d'Ivoire, the DRC should come. So DRC. Good. A round of applause for them.
Bonjour tout le monde. Bonjour à tous. Oh, personne ne répond. Ok, merci. Un très bref message de solidarité pour l'organisation. Monsieur Kwame Denkwa, président de l'association Harakati Muungano, merci. Merci au nom de tous les pays ici présents et surtout au nom de la RDC d'avoir pensé encore cette fois-ci à nous. Et l'initiative que vous portez nous permet à tous et surtout à la RDC d'avoir une voix sur le continent. Merci encore une fois de plus. Merci.
So a round of applause for the DRC team. Now Gabon should be on its way here. Gabon. So the delegation of Gabon is also coming to give us a solidarity message. A round of applause for them. Good.
Thank you. Welcome. Good morning, everyone. My name is Pambu and I'm from Gabon. I'm the representative and I'm here with two of my colleagues. I have the president of University of Omar Bongo. He's called Jonas, and I have Mr. Frank also from Gabon. Right, I will not be too long, I'll be brief, but I will share a personal story to deliver my message of union for Africans. All right. My grandfather is from Congo Brazzaville. And my grandmother, as for my mother's side, is from Gabon. My father is from Benin. Listen. So, I am from Benin, I am from Gabon, I am from Congo, and I live in Ghana for the past 15 years. So, when I'm in Ghana, they say you don't look like a Gabonese, you don't look like a Beninese, you look like a Ghanaian. When I'm in Gabon, they don't say you look like this, you look like that. When I'm in Ivory Coast, they say you are an Ivorian. When you are in Benin, they say you are in Benin. When you are in Congo, they say you are a Congolese. So my message to Africa is, why do we have borders? Why am I supposed to take visa to go to Benin? Benin which is also my country? Why I have to take visa to go to Congo? That is also my country. Why I have to take visa to come to Ghana? We came to Ghana from Gabon. Harakati has put everything in place, and we took visa to be here. Though I live here for the past 15 years, I am a Ghanaian. I am not a Gabonese. To be short, Africa must be united, and we must break all the barriers that we are having. Harakati, we embrace your vision. We want to thank you, Mr. President, for the vision. You are back, all of us. And then we are going to dig and put something down there for you to stand, and Harakati will unite all the countries. We thank you once again for the vision. Harakati! Harakati! Thank you. Do you have something to say?
Another applause for them. So, when you see walking, you see Congo, you see Gabon, and you see Benin. So, these three blasts are in him. Good. So, the message is that we are not different. We are the same people. And we should not behave as if we are coming from different planets. So we continue with the messages. Ghana has said a lot, so we'll let Ghana relax. We go to Guinea. Yeah, Professor Lee and Dr. Yeah, so Professor Lee, yes. What did I want to say?
I want to first of all thank the president of this occasion, members of our African countries. I want to take this opportunity to welcome you all here. It's an honor for me to stand in front of you this afternoon to say one or two things pertaining Africa. I don't want you to be bamboozled because Africa is forging ahead. I just want to recap some of the messages that we passed yesterday, because some of our messages are of importance to Africa. If you've seen me standing in front of you, in my country, we have a very large deposit of bauxite. And our students do not pay school fees. We pay them. We pay them stipend at the end of every month. And they are oriented in different universities in our country. And at the end of their studies, we ensure that we help them. If you cannot access the government service, the civil service, or you cannot access a private company, then we help you with an entrepreneurship where the government can assist you with microcredit so that you cannot be a student that they have trained and you are not useful. We want the student to be useful. We want to push our country. And we are proud to tell you that today we have Simandu 240. And we are doing a lot of things with that. We are helping, we are pushing, but don't forget, these ideologies came from late Ahmed Sekou Touré that brought this ideology of Africans must be united. He created the university that we call Gamal Abdel Nasser for Africans to go to that university free of charge. Once you're an African, we don't harass you, we don't embarrass you. So we have a lot of foreigners from other countries that are studying there, that are working there. Once you're an African, you are free to be there. We have so many nationals that are existing in Guinea. We have some of them that are working in private universities, public universities. Recently, we opened a portal where we recruited different lecturers from different countries, and we are paying them huge amount of money. Are there other countries that are ready to do that? Are there African countries that are ready to do that without segregation? We don't talk about segregation. We talk about nationalistic. We talk about patriotism. We talk about Africa. Africa is meant for Africa. African United will never be defeated. African United will never be defeated. Down with corruption. Down with tribalism. Down with closing our borders. Extorting monies from people. Africa, we have to stop corruption. We have to stop bribery. If we don't stop bribery, we don't stop corruption, we are wasting our time. Let's be pragmatic. We have to talk about too much of technocrats, bureaucratic. We are too bureaucratic. We are very bureaucratic. Let us be pragmatic. Because Africa, we have a lot of text, we have a lot of document, a lot of article about border, about free crossing, about integration. But is it practical? Are we doing it? Are we practicing it? Here is the problem. So Harakati must push so that some of these things, the texts that are inside the cupboard, must come out and be applicable on the field. Because it's not applicable, that is why we are trying to conscientize the people of Africa so that they can know, they can be aware about some of these things and make them possible. So I want to thank you once more. It's just a very brief speech. So thank you for giving me your time and thank you for listening to me. Thank you.
So we have our brothers from Guinea, Professor Lee and Dr. Diallo. Thank you so much for your message. We'll move on. And then, when I invite as I said yesterday, the country that did not know colonialism, they were in America and brought to the African soil. So I'm inviting the delegation from Liberia to give us their message. And Mali should be getting ready. Niger will follow Mali. So it will be in that order. So be getting ready, Mali and Niger. Nigeria may follow if they still wish to say something. Thank you so much. Round of applause for them.
Harakati.
Samagano.
Harakati.
Samagano.
Zamukano.
Harakati. Excuse me. Okay. It seems to be we don't know the reason and purpose for which we are here. The institution that brought you here, for which all of us are assembled here, they are calling the name of the institution, then you sitting at a dead or dumb person? No, no, it is not acceptable. Harakati!
Samugano.
Harakati!
Samugano.
Samagano!
Harakati.
Thank you very much. I know that you are alive now.
Again, we want to say thank you so much again for coming today. And thank you for us all making this program a success. I want to make some few corrections before we can step in. We are the big brothers because we led Nigeria to independence.
Yes.
We had the hands of Ghana to independence. But let me share a little stories with you. You know, when you are a big brother and you disrespect yourself, sometimes the junior brother can take over. And that's what happened to us. Instead of maintaining our integrity, we left our personalities and jumped into fighting among ourselves. And the junior brothers from Nigeria, from Ghana, have to come and do peacekeeping in my country. So we become small brothers to them. Notwithstanding, we want to say a very big thank you to our vision bearer, the vision bearer who gathered us all together here. This is very important to us as Africans. We need to start loving each other as Africans. We need to stop tearing each other apart as Africans. I believe if we are united, as we are fighting today or striving towards today, indeed we're going to make a great change in Africa. We're going to make a great change in the world. For example, you know, most often we always travel by road from Liberia to Ghana. Not that we are not capable of flying, no. But we want to experience the cause we are fighting for. And indeed, every day traveling on the road gave us new lessons. Our first trip in 2004, right? 2024. When we were coming, there was a lot of obstacles along the way. But we managed to enter successfully. The second trip, it was also difficult. But I believe our message as Harakatis is moving across gradually. Because in April, when we came to the youth conference, on our way going, I don't know, the guy from Sierra Leone, Gabriel, he traveled with the French information, those petitions we had. We had the English version and he had the French version. But when we got to the French side and things started unfolding, we quickly pulled out the French document, that petition, and gave it to the custom. They read it and they said, oh, you people are not business people, we don't know, and we are charging you. Take your things and go. On our way coming again, we experienced the same thing, but there was a free flow because normally if we are coming from Liberia at Cote d'Ivoire border, we pay 2,000 CFA. But when we get to Ghana side, we are asked to pay 5,000 CFA per person. So imagine 5 of us. How many D-men inside us? Good number of D-men. But this time around when we're coming, I told them, give me your passports, and I'm going to face everybody. And I went in. They said 5,000, 5,000, 5,000. I said, yes. You are a Ghanaian. Why are you not asking me for cities? And you are asking for CFA. Cote d'Ivoire, that needed city, CFA, I gave them 2,000. And you are here, you are asking for 5,000. Why? What is the reason behind it? He said, oh, my man, you don't want to go to Liberia, to your conference? Then you go one side. I said, well, let me tell you, we, the Harakatis members, are fighting for United Africa. And in fact, this is your time to make your contribution as an immigration personnel. He said, oh, how are you talking like that? I said, yes. I took out my petition paper, I gave it to him. He went through it. Then he laughed. When he got through laughing, he said, well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You just bring one D-me and go. I gave him a D-me. And so what I'm saying in short is that our messages are getting there. But it needs the strength of each and every one of us to fight this cause. Because I know that I was telling some students from the University of Ghana yesterday, and they were asking me, oh man, Daddy, how are you guys doing about this thing? I said, look, we are fighting for you, the youth. For me, I'm an old man already. But we want you, the youth, to benefit from what we are fighting for today. We are setting the foundation that you will come up and ride on it tomorrow to enjoy your life. And so you, the youth, Students, please join us, continue to move this ideology so that at the end of the day, Africa will be safe. Africa will be united. I thank you.
A round of applause for them. We are getting to the end, so don't be tired, because we need these experiences, and these are things that will motivate us to come together. So, yes, without wasting too much time, our brothers from Mali should come. I also share their message with us. Niger should be getting ready, please.
Bonjour à tous. Je profite de cet instant pour dire merci au président et merci à tout le monde. C'est réellement un grand défi à nous la jeunesse. C'est pas facile. Un adage dit en anglais, you can force a cow to go to the river, but you cannot force him to drink. On a été oppressés par les Occidentaux, mais là, on dit non assez. Alors, unissons-nous pour une Afrique meilleure. Merci.
Another applause for them. Two-man delegation from Mali. Thank you so much. Now we will ask the delegation from Niger to give us their message. Another applause for them.
Afternoon, everyone. Dear Mr. Donker, distinguished guests, honorable participants, despite our linguistic differences, we have the same aspiration, that is one united Africa. My message goes to the youth. We youth must stay on the side of the president for his brilliant vision, so that Africa must not only grow, but lead the world. Miss Karima from Niger, you present yourself.
Bonjour à tous. Moi, c'est Ousmane Hassan Jafar. Je suis étudiant à l'université Abdou Moumouni Diofo de Niamey. Je suis en instance de mon master en département de sciences politiques. Je suis le président du club des étudiants et professionnels en droit de l'homme de l'université de Niamey.
So, another applause for them, the Niger team. They've done well. We started there not too long ago, but they managed to come. And you know, coming by road from these countries is not easy. It's not easy. So thank you so much for making time to join us. Now, move to Nigeria. I don't know if Nigeria is ready to say something. If Nigeria is ready, then Nigeria should come. Another applause for our big brothers. Good. Good afternoon. Permit me to stand on the existing protocol as my delegates are coming. My name is Mustafa Habib from Nigeria. Actually, we are here to say a solidarity message from the delegate and the executive of Nigerian, Harakati Muungano, to the 3rd International Annual Conference, Accra, Ghana. The delegates and executive of Nigerian Secretariats, Harakati Muungano, extend our warm congratulations to the International Secretariats, especially our President, Mr. Kwame Dankwa, and all the members of the Harakati Muungano here in Accra. We say a big thank you to all the Republic of Ghana and the government of Ghana for accepting us. We express our sincere appreciation for the hospitality, dedication, and commitment demonstration to bring us together as Africa unity. As the Nigerian Secretariats, we proudly stand in solidarity with the delegates and participating member countries. We are firm and commitment to the vision and the ideas of Harakati Muungano, building to unite peaceful throughout the Africa. May this conference strengthen our partnership, depends on sheer resolve and inspiration, solution to the Africa in general. My message to Africa youth, we need to stand up and unite. We need to have our contacts. We need to deliberate together. We Africa must stand together. We Africa youth must get our things together to know that Africa is one. Now, Africa is a rich country. All those white people comes here, they took our things, go. But don't let me lie to you, we are richer than them. Long live Harakati Muungano, long live Africa unity, long live the Federal Republic of Nigeria, long live the Republic of Ghana. Africa is one. Harakati Muungano! Yeah, Mr. Jeffrey, don't go far. I'll need you, so don't go far. Don't leave the room. So we'll continue after Nigeria. I want to maintain the order. So after Nigeria, we'll invite Hamid and Dr. Diatta to give us a message from Senegal. A round of applause for them.
La délégation du Sénégal est donc constituée de moi-même, Abdulhamid Biema, Mohamed Kamara et Ndeye Sokhna Fall. Bonjour à toutes et à tous. J'étais censé prendre la parole au nom de la délégation du Sénégal dont je suis le responsable, mais comme j'ai trop parlé tout à l'heure, je m'essouffle. Donc je m'en vais donner la parole à mon frère Hamid pour qu'il porte le message de la délégation du Sénégal. Merci.
Merci, Monsieur le Président. Bonjour à tous et à toutes. Monsieur le Président de Harakati Muungano, Monsieur Kwame Danka, permettez-moi de pouvoir prendre la parole au nom de la délégation sénégalaise. Et une fois encore de plus, nous voulons réitérer, demander à tout un chacun que cela ne soit pas uniquement une conférence à laquelle nous venons juste pour échanger. Nous devons aller au-delà de cette salle et porter très haut la voix d'Harakati Muungano au travers des actions que nous allons prendre dans nos pays respectifs. Je remarque dans la salle aujourd'hui que cela ne s'est pas uniquement arrêté à nous qui portons la vision, mais les étudiants sont là. Et nous savons que l'université, c'est vraiment où l'avenir de nos pays sont formés. Et je voudrais demander à tout un chacun, au nom de la délégation sénégalaise, comme l'a dit mon président, que nous puissions aller au-delà. Quand on dit l'éducation, ce n'est pas uniquement faire partie d'un département ou aller à l'école, mais c'est d'aller au-delà de cela, connaître notre histoire, connaître d'où nous venons. Et c'est de cette façon que nous serons intégrés. Donc merci à tout un chacun et vive Harakati Muungano, vive l'Afrique. Merci.
Another applause for Senegal. So we are getting to the end, and we'll call on the Sierra Leone delegation, led by Miriam, to come and give us their message. Another applause for them. Sierra Leone. Please, Togo should be getting ready. Togo should be getting ready. Yes, they are coming. Another applause for them. The delegation from Sierra Leone.
I bring you greetings from Harakati Muungano, Sierra Leone, on behalf of the national leader, Dr. Bunde, who is unavoidably absent. We want to continue to enjoy the opportunity to be part of a Pan-African movement. And as a nation, we want to make sure we put our best foot forward. Over the past couple of months, we have achieved significant strides, including, but not limited to, ensuring that Harakati is in the 3 campuses in Sierra Leone. We have been able to have a club, a Harakati club in Furabe College, Jala University and University of Makeni. We also continue in those lines. We want to be strategic and sustainable as a movement in Sierra Leone. One of the swiftest actions that we have taken in recent times is to acquire a piece of land with the intention of having Harakati building in Sierra Leone. We have done significant restructuring in recent times. We now have all our executive positions be filled with the right and proper persons. And we want to be very strategic about moving forward. So we want to thank the leadership of Harakati in Ghana and the other part of Africa, particularly Nigeria, who have been very supportive as we register the movement in Sierra Leone as we organize ourselves. We want to say we have achieved significant strides as a nation, and we owe it to our brothers from Sierra Leone and from Nigeria and Ghana. We want to say it's a proof of the Pan-African spirit. We enjoy the encouragement that we have always received from our brothers. I want to also, on a more general and national platform, in the spirit of Pan-Africanism, thank the Senegal team and the people of Senegal for taking the leadership of ECOWAS from us. I think somehow we are hoping to continue, but incumbent non-secession displayed itself in a radical tune. So as a member of Harakati, I would have loved to see my country still continue to contribute, but I was very happy that as a nation, we were able to hand over the leadership to another African country. And as a nation, we continue to support the ECOWAS movement and all other Pan-African organizations. We want to say we are adopting a more long-term and sustainable approach to our membership in Harakati, and we will only continue to grow. So thank you very much for having us here.
Thank you very much, our leadership. This is just an addendum to what my brother has been said. We feel gratified and so fascinating with the leadership of Harakati and Muungano, especially our president, Kwame Dankwa. We are very much satisfied with the assistance you rendered to us. And we also have a proposal that we have already started putting in place in our country to make sure that we incorporate the leadership of the country and as well as the local leaders, not only concentrating on students. The reason behind that is that we want Harakati and Muungano to grow higher very fastly, for us to reach and meet our objectives. We have already written the proposal, whereby we'll soon call on a very big meeting of stakeholders and local leaders for them to hear about the changes we are about to bring as a union. And this union is catering for the freedom. And this freedom should be the freedom for Africa. We can remember one of our late warrior, Baibure, who fought against taxes. And I'm sure that's what we are doing now. We never thought it was a good way, but it is rather a good way. Now you could remember when I passed through road, I paid almost $50 for just a laissez-passer to come to Ghana. And this is serious. These are the things we need to fight. So we'll continue to fight together. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Sierra Leone. Round of applause for them. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So, I invite the Togo delegation to come and give us their message.
Bonjour, merci à toutes et à tous pour votre présence ici. Et je vais I always been thanking Dr. Dankwa for his vision and for bringing us all together here to follow the vision, because it is something that we have all been willing to do, but we needed somebody to be ahead of us. So he started and we are all behind him. So thank you. So I'm here with my colleagues. We will not talk that much, so I'll go quickly. One of my recent experience traveling across the border was I was in a queue with three other people, travelers. We didn't know each other. So after getting my passport stamped, one of the officers asked me to pay another money, which I refused. I was trying to explain my rights, that after the passport has been stamped, I no more need to pay any money, because I've been coming for the conference. I've done a lot of researches, so I know how things goes on over there. So I turned back to the other people and tried to explain to them, thinking they will support me, because I know my rights. Why wouldn't they support me? They all remain silent because they didn't know their rights. they are just telling me to pay the money, then let's go. We can't go back. Then that makes me to understand what is going on, because if you know our right as individuals and the rest of the Africans don't know their rights, they don't know the heritage they have, we can't change anything. So the thing we are doing here, Harakati is trying to reconnect us to our roots, our heritage. So it's up to us to let people know their heritage. Imagine you are coming back from a very rich, wealthy family background. When you are in society, you let everyone to know you are rich. But when you are poor, when everyone is talking, you just remain silent. That's what happened to the others, and as a whole, for Africa to grow. Thank you. Harakati. Okay.
Thank you so much. The delegation from Togo. Another applause for them. And that is the president, so followed by the other executives. Thank you so much. And at the beginning, I said we're expecting the chairman and CEO of Ovation International Media Group, Are Oludele. But unfortunately, he's not been able to get here at this time. And when I look at some of the faces, you're already craving for item 13. So we just have to, he sent a message to his rep, his media editor-in-chief of his media. Those of you who go online, you know this media group, Ovation International Media Group. So he's been here from, I think, yesterday. So he's covering our activities. So he's been asked by his boss to represent him and tell us few things. So on that, I will invite the editor, Mr. Eric, to come and tell us what his boss has for us. Let's give me another applause. And it's from Nigeria. Good.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I actually want to stand on the existing protocol. But first, my name is Eric Elezu. And by privilege of profession, I am a journalist. I've been introduced as the editor of the Ovation Media Group. We call it a media group because it's a tripod stand kind of thing. We have the Ovation Magazine, which of course everybody knows. We have the Buzz newspaper, and then we have the Ovation TV. So 3 of them make up the group, and that's why we call it Ovation Media Group. Today, actually, I'm not actually standing here by myself. Now, before I even go on, I recognize the visionary, Mr. Kwame Dankwa. I believe I'll get that name very correct. Thank you very much. I recognize his people and some people. Of course, a greater privilege. I learned that the environment where we are in now is Greater Accra. So it's actually a great privilege. So I recognize my people from Nigeria. Can you give yourself a round of applause, please? Thank you. Yes, that's my constituency. And at the same time, I recognize every African seated in this auditorium. Thank you for coming. My boss, Dr. Dele Momodu, was supposed to be here, as a matter of fact. He actually planned to. But somebody who is very busy, who has always been very busy, it happened that he couldn't make it at this particular time. And that warrants my standing here to just explain his inability to make it. But the truth be told, he was here last year, and he made me understand that these people are doing a great thing for Africa. He recognized the magnitude of sacrifice that is being made, the one that's been made and the one that is still being made. He recognized it, and he still recognizes it. And he asks everybody to continue to put your hand on the deck, because Uhuru is not here yet, and we are out there, we are looking for it, we are pursuing it, and we are getting it. My brother from Liberia said something about being a big brother. Yes, we are all big brothers in our own corporate rights and individual rights. There is no small brother in Africa. Everybody is a big brother. So those big, wonderful hands that we have is what we intend to put together based on the vision of this Harakati Muungano, to put it together and then bring about something that is heftier, something that will create a name, not for an individual person, but for the Africa as a continent, as a whole. Every one of us here today, I arrived here 2 nights ago, and I've been here till now. I want to put it to us as a challenge. And that's one thing we can take away from here, apart from every other thing we are going to learn. We are talking about integration, politically and otherwise. We can begin integration in ourselves here. Are you just in this conference, just seated on your own? This is a place of networking. If you are a Nigerian, you should know more than 2-3 persons from Ghana, from Liberia, from Togo, from DRC, and so on. And then the networking, communication, and integration continues after this program is over. And that's how we continue to be one in help with the other. If somebody who, the Togolese friend of mine, met at the place where his passport was stamped is somebody from Harakati, I'm not sure that he will need to pay anything before he stamps it. And that's integration we are looking for. And that's the integration we are pursuing. So as we are seated here today, by the time you leave, by tomorrow, by Sunday, by Monday, when this program comes to an end, you should have at the back of your hands names, portfolios, individuals that you can call after now and become friends. That is how it began. That is the essence of integration. You cannot come here and stay after 3 days and then, like my Guinean friend said yesterday, that we are all very good in topology. Sir, is that the way you put it yesterday? Topology. That was one new word I backed. He said Africans are good in topology. We are not good in fact, if you know the opposite of topology, then you know the other side. So let's stop being good in topology. Let's begin to put to practice everything we know, because we know more than enough. We know more than enough. Time has come and gone when it is just me, myself, and I. Today, it should be my brother and I. So please, bear with us that the RA himself is not able to come. We'll look for another opportunity where we can, where it will be easy for him to make it. So you just bear with us, and you have his goodwill. You have his goodwill. So let's continue and put together, continue to harness the African continent to become what it has to be. God will bless all of us. Thank you, Mr. Dankwa. Thank you, my brother Sheriff. Thank you, Mr. Vico. Thank you, the entire Africa. Harakati!
A round of applause for Eric. A round of applause for him. I'm sure he was trying to edit everything that you have said. Thank you very much. We are so proud to be associated with your boss and yourself. We have other activities from tomorrow to Monday. So we'll ask Mr. Jeffrey Eduyebua to come and for some 5 minutes, because we know that we are all tired. So he will just give us some 5 minutes presentation on what we'll be doing on Monday. Jeffrey, not too long.
Oh, you didn't clap for me. It's not easy to mount a stage like this and talk to everybody here. All right. All too soon, we are coming to the end of the program. Hallelujah. Great. But there's a very important thing all of us must know. We didn't organize this conference for just coming to sit here to listen to speeches, and that is all. We are organizing a conference for you to participate and be part of it. So we don't want you to be spectators, but citizens. So God willing, on Monday, we are going to have one of the greatest participatory activities. May I mistake this here? I'm best me. Participatory activities, and that is visits to various political institutions in Ghana. According to the ideologies we are pushing, we believe that the various political institutions we find in our country should hear of us. So we want to pay a visit to various ministries and other political institutions here in Ghana who we believe should listen to these things we are advocating for. So just as tomorrow we are going to have the youth conference to have the youth discuss the ideologies that we want to push for, debate among ourselves. On Monday, we want to put all these ideologies, your contributions, your debates, all of that together into documents, which we are going to submit to the various ministries. Please, you understand? So Monday's activity is as important as any other activity we are having. And we need all of us to be part of it. So we'll be visiting different institutions. I wish we had a list of them so that I can mention the various places. I'll mention the places right away. But I want all of us to participate. No. Okay. So Mr. Mauli will mention the places when he comes. But all of us, we want to go together on Monday. So from University of Ghana, UPSC, UEW, Unimac, all the universities gathered here. We want to go there in our numbers so that these voices or these contributions that we are bringing together can be heard, God willing, on Monday. So the media will be here on Monday. And then what we want to do on Monday is that on Monday, whilst we are all part of the visits to these political institutions, you will all have the opportunity to speak to the media on your own understanding on our ideologies and why you think the government of Ghana and Africa should buy into it. Please, you understand? So, as I said, we want you to be citizens and not spectators. We want you to be members of Harakati za Muungano and not audience to watch other people speak. We want you to be part and parcel of this. There's this statement I've been growing up with. My dad taught me this thing when I was young. And he told me that it is better to be a part of something than to say that I was there when it happened. So it is better to have it in your memories as part of your membership with Harakati za Muungano to say that you are part of those who walked to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, to the Parliament of Ghana, to the Supreme Court of Ghana, to submit petitions and contributions that you believe will change the destiny of Africa. Are we all ready to be part of this? Are we all ready to be part of this? Are we all ready to walk to political institutions to change the fortunes of Africa? Great. So, if you look around, we have people going around with this QR code. It has a WhatsApp group that we want to have all of you on board to communicate the activities from tomorrow till Monday. But most importantly, Monday. Because Monday, we want to go to these institutions with our numbers. And we would, just as we did today, buses will be at University of Ghana, buses will be at UPSC, and buses will be coming around. Now that we have all of you in one group, we'll be able to know where you are all coming from to make provision for you. Please, you understand? So God willing, on Monday, we want all of us to come in our numbers. I have some good news for you. Guess what? Why are you all quiet? The good news is that you are not going home today with just item 13, but you are going home with a symbol of being a participant of today's program. Let's clap for ourselves. So we are especially going to have certificates done for each and every one of you. So just as you have registered, your details will be taken and certificates will be done for each and every one of you, and it will be sent to you. So those of you that don't have anything on your CVs, you can add it that you joined the 3rd Harakati za Muungano International Annual Conference, and then you have a certificate to show for it. Aside that, we have another provision for you. We came with surprises. Clap for me, clap for me. Okay. We are giving each and every one of you a Harakati za Muungano t-shirt. The clap is not enough. I'll withhold it. We are giving each and every one of you a Harakati za Muungano t-shirt. And on Monday, we are all coming in our Harakati za Muungano t-shirts. So on Monday, you know where me, I'll not wear fugu again. Monday, I want to wear t-shirts with my jeans and my kambu. So Monday, for the ladies, you can put on your decent jeans. The males, you can put on your decent jeans and trousers so that you can have the t-shirt on it with your sneakers, because it's going to be a very interesting activity, right? So on Monday, today, right when we close, we will all form one logo line and go and take our t-shirts, and then your records will be taken so that on Monday we will all come. So the buses will come to the various campuses. Bus in the now wash your t-shirts, come on. Or your bar, why your makeups near there. The winning bear will be share or a petition. I say, maybe a warrior no. Inti Monday dear me ba me koyi miti kama. Mba na omo crash wo mesuni nyina Monday we will meet. And then we will have a wonderful engagement with them. You have classes, and we all have classes. We all have places to go. But I mean, let's sacrifice Monday. Let's sacrifice Monday and come in our numbers, okay? After Tuesday, Wednesday, all the other days, you can go and sit in the classroom from morning to evening. But then from Monday, dear, we beg, let's all come in our numbers and then make this conference a success. Let's bring the conference to a successful end, right? And then we'll be fine. Our members from other countries who are joining us will all be part of the walk to the various political institutions. And trust me, it will be marvelous. We intend to add a mixture of both media engagement. We'll be doing some TikTok trends. It's interesting. Item 13 is massively assured. Charlie, clap for me. So please, Monday's package is a lot. God willing, tomorrow, the youth conference will also be very engaging. We will appreciate if you are present. On Sundays, we will have a dialogue among the leadership and members of the various campuses. But on Monday, the buses will be on campuses once again to convey all of us here. So 247 will be in your DMs and your S. How many of you received the SMS from us? Aha. Every 1 minute to be the SMS and better just so that Monday we will come in our numbers and we will have a successful conference. Amen. Great. I think we should take a picture together, right? Right after this. We can take a picture outside, all of us together. So that when you grow, it will be very interesting to tell your children that I met your mother at the Harakati Muungano conference. And then you have some picture to show, right? She was standing right behind me, and I said, "S'il vous plaît." And she said, "Et vous?" Thank you very much, and have a wonderful day.
Thank you very much, the youth coordinator. And he said it all. The Monday program is very important. Very important. The Monday walk is very important because we are going to, as he said, present petitions to the various institutions. For the Ghanaians, we'll come here, we'll assemble here, and we'll go to TUC, we'll go to AFTA, we'll go to SLIT, we'll go to the Ministry of Trade, we'll go to Parliament, we'll go to Foreign Affairs, and all these places. So you come. The buses will come to pick you up on your various campuses, and you come here. The departure time from here is 9. Please listen carefully. It's 9. We'll do it quickly, and then you can go back to your various campuses. Thank you so much. So we have come to so, as Jeffrey said, it's not only the students who are involved, all of us, every African is involved. So we want our brothers who are from other member countries, we are all involved. And when you are coming, please don't come alone. Come with someone. You must come with someone so that we all go and present the petition to the various institutions. It is very important. We need you. And we have to sacrifice. You can't just hope to gain something without sacrifice. We must all sacrifice, and it's for your future. So your presence is really needed. So to conclude, I would say that when you listen to the various speakers, The key word is unity. Because in this room, when you may ask to identify a Ghanaian, a Nigerian, a Guinean, you must be a witch to be able to know that this man comes from Nigeria, this man comes from Sierra Leone, this man comes from Niger. Because we look alike. Look at our flags. Almost the same colors. You find almost the same colors in the flags. So why do you call ourselves a Nigerian, a Ghanaian, a Sierra Leonean, and a Malian, or all these people? No, we are one. We are one. So Professor Lee said it, that we have to put the theory aside. Even though the theory is important, we put the theory aside, and we need to be more pragmatic. Action. Things must happen. We must see things happening. And the youth, the battle is yours. Don't just sit down and wait for someone to do it for you. It will never be done. These kind of speeches have happened before, but we are where we are. And others are coming for our natural resources. So let's stand up to be counted. Thank you very much. Before the closing prayer, I would like to remind you, especially the Ghanaian students, that after the picture, you don't go out. You have to be on your seat. Your item 13 has been packaged. So you don't go outside to queue. You will be inside on your seat and it will be given to you. Very important. So you don't go out until you get your item 13. And as he said, we'll be taking a group picture. But before then, we began with a prayer, and surely we have to end with a prayer. At the beginning, it was a Christian prayer, and now we ask one of our brothers from Nigeria, Alhaji, who is the premier or the president of Nigeria, Harakati, will come and give us the closing prayer. Remember, I said students from Ghana should not go out until you get your item 13 in the room. So if you go outside, it will not be given to you. Just be seated so that we have a perfect order. So give an applause to Alhaji, who is coming to give us the closing prayer.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على سيدنا إبراهيم وعلى آل سيدنا إبراهيم في العالمين إنك حميد مجيد الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا صراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين اللهم ربنا ظلمنا أنفسنا وإن لم تغفر لنا وارحمنا أنت مولانا فانصرنا على القوم الكافرين الفاتحة.
Thank you very much, Alhaji. Let me remind you again, our peaceful march to the various institutions on Monday will happen from 9. And we just played with you to come decently dressed. with your Harakati t-shirts. Because that has been the complaint of the police. If you dress anyhow, you may be mistaken for someone else. So come with your t-shirts, little dress, and then we just go march to the various institutions, and the leaders will go and present the petition to the leaders of those institutions. Thank you so much. But before we start getting our item 13, we would like you to come forward for a group picture. Come forward for a group picture.
Okay, please, in case you didn't hear what he said, how do you say come forward in French? Viens ici, picture. Please, let's come forward for the picture. Menu in I French, what's reme? Okay, so the dignitaries will be at the top and then the audience will be at the down.
Will we share?
Oh, yes, we can.
And how about this?
It will be removed.
Remove, yes.
We'll let them. Oh, now I've worked though. I've done well. The next meeting, everybody has to clap for me. They came. They are hoping that Monday should come like this. Please, those seated, we are waiting for you, please. Yes, delegates, dignitaries at the top. Hey, as a one, what's here? French into a month in American. Tout le monde vient ici. Say, what does it mean? Les membres, montez, viens ici. Bacho mon bras, why? Okay. Les participants, viennent ici. Venez ici. Oui. Okay. Les étudiants, it's okay.